do I want to continue feeling like this? Which was basically, you know, overweight, unfit. I just ordered some size 16 jeans, and I thought, oh my God, am I really going to inch my way into a size 16 jeans? And then because you made an appointment to call me back, I'm like, oh God, this guy's he's actually going to call me. Program from the Monday. And I really didn't want to do it, because I didn't want to do anything about it. I just wanted to feel sorry for myself, I think. And then off we went on the Monday.
Did you have any fears about before you started?
Well, I think fears that I'd fail. You know, like lots of people, if you start anything, it doesn't really matter whether it's exercising, reducing your eating, or knitting, it doesn't really matter what it is, but it's just a fear that you can't actually do it and achieve what you want to achieve. And at the time, I just didn't want to be a size 16. I think I'd mentioned to you in that phone call that it's my 60th birthday next year, and I said I just don't want to go into my 60th year feeling so unfit and overweight and just getting bigger and bigger. So I guess my biggest fear was I can't actually do it and achieve anything, and then I'd have to turn around to you or anyone else that I told I was starting this program. Like, yeah.
And what had you tried before?
Oh gosh, over the years, everything. So again, I think I told you in that phone call, every 10 years I'd put on a stone and put on a stone. Then gradually, I never kind of ballooned or anything. It's just, I noticed that every 10 years I'd put on a stone in weight. And I thought, oh my God, I've now got 12 at the front of my weight. And what does that mean for when I'm 70? Does that mean when I'm 70 I'm going to be over 13 stone? So over the years, I'd always kind of exercised. I'd done step classes and aerobics and, you know, all the usual things, Rosemary Connolly, Weight Watchers, milk replacements, and I'd had, you know, some success with those, and I'd dropped down a little bit, and it might have stayed off for, you know, maybe a couple of years, and then slowly just creep back on. So I had tried quite a lot of different things, but I think what I found with yours over the last 8 months is that it's more holistic, and it's not a diet.
How much have you lost? What have your results been?
Okay, so I've lost 35 pounds over 7 months really. It's 8 months now, but over 7 months, because I've just maintained this last month. But I do remember that first 28-day kickstart and having lost 8 pounds, and I was really kind of, you know, it was actually going in the right direction for once. And I thought, oh, perhaps this is something that I can do. And I was really motivated by your philosophies, really.
Why did you manage to do this, even though you've tried everything before? Interesting.
It's really because it's not about restricting certain food groups. Like if you had said to me, "Oh right, you've got to cut out all carbs. This is a low carb way of dieting," or you've got to cut out anything really as a whole sort of food group or a particular type of nutrition, which is what I have done with Rosemary Connolly. You know, it's all about low fat eating, and it's what I've done with these milkshakes or replacement things. If you switch away from normal eating, then it's only going to work. Well, for me anyway, it's only going to work as long as you're in that way. As soon as you go back to normal eating. But what I found with your approach around, well, try to aim for 33% of fats, carbohydrates, and protein with every meal. I thought I could do that. It's just about understanding what different food groups represent and do that. And I found that really helpful, that I didn't have to go out and buy anything special. I just had to understand what the food values were of those types of eating. And as I've said to you before, my snacking was definitely out of control. And getting rid of snacks out of my, way of passing boring time during lockdown was an absolute bonus for me. I have said to you several times, I am a lady who lunches. I'm very privileged. I'm retired, and and I do go out and socialise quite a lot. But I have learned to be clever when looking at menus in coffee shops or pubs or restaurants, what have you. And also, I've learned this trick of trade-offs, where I think, okay, well, if I'm out to lunch today, I can't have a huge dinner this evening, or maybe I would skip breakfast and have a more substantial sort of brunch lunch. So I have learned that if you, if you want to go out and have a big meal, then you've either got to cut back on the other meals during the day, or you have to move.
Anything else you want to go over?
Well, your motivation is really quite outstanding, and I do find myself thinking, well, what would Matt Fruci say to that then? And this very morning, I really didn't want to go out walking this morning. I really didn't want to do it. I don't really know why, but I'm like, oh, it's been a long week, and I'm very tired. And literally this morning, one of your little quotes popped into my head, which was, don't exercise for how you're feeling, exercise for how you want to feel. Yeah. And I have found myself saying to people, oh, what would Matt Fruci do? And then, and I sort of think, oh, just get yourself moving. So you did get me out the door this morning.
Good.
So I think all of your little quotes have been quite helpful in terms of staying on track and, achieving some, well, for me, losing 35 pounds is just amazing, and shrinking from a size 16 jeans down to a size 10 has been absolutely amazing, really. And all of your, you and the girls have been fabulous, particularly Chloe and, Julie. They've been really motivational in just like getting me moving. Yeah. It's been really good.
No, well done. That's amazing.
Good.
Cool. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
Yeah.